All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the conference championship scenarios right now that we have going on. So I need y'all to pay attention. The ACC is already set. We will have Florida State and Louisville down in Charlotte at Bank of America Stadium next Saturday. All right. For the American Conference, the winner of the UTSA and Tulane game is in the conference championship. And then if SMU can beat Navy this weekend, they're in the conference championship of the American Conference. But if SMU loses to Navy, then you have a rematch between UTSA and Tulane for the American Conference. We good so far? All right. The Big 12, ladies and gentlemen, Big 12. It is crazy how the Big 12 looks. Here we go. Texas beat Texas Tech. They're in. Oklahoma State beats BYU. They're in. If Oklahoma beats TCU and Oklahoma State loses to BYU, Oklahoma is in. Here's the fun part, though. When it comes to the Big 12, here's the fun part. All right, I'm on Fox Sports Network. There where I say they got all the listens of the championship scenarios. Okay, so pretty much what I told you is what happens. So if the scenario of Texas winning Friday and Oklahoma wins Friday, Oklahoma needs Oklahoma State to lose to BYU to get in. But what if Texas wins Friday and Oklahoma loses Friday? Well, that means Oklahoma State scenario still stay the same. You beat BYU and you win. However, if Oklahoma State loses to BYU and Oklahoma loses to TCU, Kansas State beats Iowa State. They're in to defend their Big Ten title. That's if Texas wins Friday. What if Oklahoma wins Friday and Texas loses Friday? What does Saturday look like? Texas clinches a spot if Kansas State loses to Iowa State and Oklahoma State loses to BYU. Oklahoma would get in then if they would have won on Friday and Texas loses by simply the fact that Kansas State loses to Iowa State and Oklahoma loses to BYU. This is like crazy. What if both Texas and Oklahoma loses Friday? Well, then Saturday will look like this. Texas can clinch a spot if either Kansas State or Oklahoma State loses. Kansas State can clinch with the win over Iowa State and a loss by Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State can clinch with a win over BYU and a loss by Kansas State. There's a lot is going on here in the Big 12. There's a lot of simply if Texas and Oklahoma State win, that's your Big 12 championship game. But if either one of them two loses, all hell's gonna break loose in the Big 12. What a great way to go out in the Big 12, yeah, Texas and Oklahoma. There's been a big ass scenario of somebody gotta win, somebody gotta lose, and if you lose, then I get a shot, and if that lose, the Big 12, bro. Gotta love the Big 12. All right. So that's the Big 12. The Big 10, very simple. The winner of Ohio State, Michigan plays Iowa. Very simple. Not as complicated as the Big 12. Big 10 got it straight down the pat. Click, clam, bam, bam, just like that. Winner of the game, you're playing Iowa in Indianapolis. All right. Conference USA is already set. You got New Mexico State versus Liberty. The MAC Conference Championship is already set. You got Miami of Ohio versus Toledo. So move on to the Mountain West. More confusing, more excitement. Let's go to the Mountain West. UNLV is in by simply beating San Jose State. That's all they got to do is beat San Jose State, and they're in. Boise State. Boise State, they need, as I put the wrong one, Boise State needs to beat Air Force plus UNLV being San Jose State, and they're in. That's a mistake on my part. Boise needs to beat Air Force with UNLV beating San Jose State, and they're in. San Jose State needs to beat UNLV and have Air Force beat Boise State. All right. And then Air Force gets in by beating Boise State and having UNLV beat San Jose State. It is ridiculous how these scenarios come about. So if UNLV do their part and they're in by just doing their part and beating San Jose State, it's pretty much saying whoever wins between Boise State and Air Force is getting it. That's pretty much what it says. But if San Jose State beats UNLV, all hell's breaking loose in the Mountain West. So you got the Big 12 going to break loose in the Mountain West, possibly to break loose. You gotta love college football. You just gotta love college football. So that's it. And now the final three conferences here. It's pretty simple when it comes to the Pac-12. Oregon State wins the Oregon Classic. They face Washington in a rematch. However, if they don't, and Arizona destroys Arizona State, which I think they probably will, they will face Washington for the Pac-12. And what a story that would be if Arizona came from out of nowhere and to be in a Pac-12 championship game. First off, I would be pissed off because that means Oregon lost to Oregon State, and Oregon is my pick to win the goddamn Pac-12. And then Arizona came out of nowhere and won and is playing for the Pac-12 championship. It's out of nowhere. That would piss me off, but hey, it'll make a great story for college football. Just saying. But that would piss me off. The Southeast Conference already say they've been set for 2 weeks already. Georgia, Alabama, round I think it's what round 4 or 5 right now, with Georgia leading 2-1. And then finally the Sun Belt. Pretty much similar to it's pretty much similar to the Pac-12 as the Sun Belt. Coastal Carolina, they beat James Madison, they'll face Troy, which is a damn shame because it should be James Madison and Troy. Part of the reason why I went off the way I did when we got to the James Madison news. But if Coastal Carolina beats James Madison, they face Troy for the Sun Belt. But if James Madison, who has won 10 games, by the way, which is not going to be an easy thing to do for Coastal Carolina. So it just so happens the team that actually beat James Madison, which is Appalachian State, all they got to do is beat Georgia State and hope James Madison return to being dominant again, and then get to face Troy for the Sun Belt Championship. Those are your championship scenarios from all 10 conferences